team that will live in infamy, right, from 2013. Musa Cisse and Janai Broome jump at center circle, and the opening tip goes to Ole Miss. Jalen Murray walks it into the front court. Raymond Brakefield guarded by Jalen Williams on the wing. He hands it off. Auburn aggressive defensively early. Denver Jones guarding Murray. Matthew Morrell step back from the corner, got it to go. Starting five for the Auburn Tigers, Jalen Williamson, along with Trey Donaldson, getting his third start in a row at the point guard spot. Broome, Moore, and Jones round out the first five for the Auburn Tigers. This is a deep Auburn team. 10 guys that play 15 minutes or more.
Well, not only that, each guy that comes in from each position gives you a little bit something different. All are effective, but in a different way.
Shot clock at 5. Donaldson trying to get it away. At the buzzer, short by Jones. A good opening defensive possession for the Rebels.
With the excitement in here, Auburn coming in off the road, you've got to weather the emotion in the beginning of this game.
Flanagan with a three, and Ole Miss jumps out to a 6-0 lead. Alan Flanagan in the first meeting had 10 points in somewhat of a homecoming game. Played 4 years at Auburn before transferring to Ole Miss.
Well, we know Coach Chris Baird for his defensive mind. He's got a heck of an offensive team. They make just over 7 per game from the three-point line, back to open it up.
Janai Broome dumps it off, but it's blocked from behind by Brakefield. Ole Miss off to a fast start. Morrell, no. Tipped around Cisse with the offensive board. Here's Murray.
Auburn is number 2 in the SEC at defending the three-point line. Every other team shooting 29% against them.
Donaldson into the corner. That's Chris Moore. Now up top to Broome. Here's Donaldson from the opposite corner. Got a three, and Auburn is on the board.
That was just a great extra swing pass. One of what Auburn does, not only do they play 10 guys, as you mentioned, 15-plus minutes, but they lead the SEC in assists. So they're unselfish, understand how to play with each other as well.
18 assists per game for this Auburn basketball team. Morrell contested, got it to go.
Richard, let me tell you something. There were nights last season, right? This kid was the best offensive player in the league. We realized that Dalton Connect, he's a pretty good offensive guy, but I put Matthew Morrell up to anybody when he's rolling, shoots the three, so big and strong, can rise up over his defender and hit that little fadeaway shot.
Janai Broome working inside, gets a little bit of space, left it short, and Cisse secures the defensive rebound. Matthew Morrell, who you were talking about, playing in his 111th career game. This is Cisse, and one.
Good job. Just run to the gym, to the rim. Big Cisse, he'll find you.
Musa Cisse, too strong at the free throw, and the rebound to Chaney Johnson. Johnson and Chad Baker-Mazara have checked in for Auburn.
I guess you could run to the gym, too. But then, wouldn't that defeat the purpose, right? You just walk and then work on it.
Out front, Baker-Mazara gets it into the high post this time for Broome.
Well, he's got great pass. You can play the offense through him on the block or up in the free throw line area, even from the top of the key with Janai Broome.
Brakefield with the rebound. DJ Murray, the lob. Cisse with the flush. Ole Miss has made 2 of 4 from behind the arc. They've made all 3 of their shots in the paint.
Well, that right there is all Jalen Murray coming off that screen. Whew.
Donaldson, he's got all 6 for Auburn, both from deep.
Well, and you know, he's a sophomore, okay? And he starts this game, and he's a former high school quarterback. He's played really well. He's usually coming in for Aiden Holloway.
Auburn, a team that's got a ton of experience on their roster. Flanagan true from about 15 feet on the left side. Point guard, though, the one spot where there's not a ton of experience. You've got the freshman Aiden Holloway, who until 2 games ago was starting, and Donaldson, who's just got 1 year of experience.
Well, they both need this game, especially Holloway. And he's, after games like this, he's going to become a much more seasoned point guard in the SEC.
Donaldson looking for a third triple, this time a little too strong, but an offensive board for Broome. Broome to the corner. Baker-Mazara for 3. Got it.
Well, if there's one concern for Ole Miss right off the bat, you know that they are not the best defensive rebounding team in the SEC. And that three comes off of the offensive rebound, kick it back out to the three-point line.
Inside, Murray from 6 feet, drew a little contact, absorbed it, a little teardrop to go.
And that's just that motion that Coach Chris Baird wants to run. Just, guys, keep moving, play moving, ball moving. Make the extra pass, you'll find something.
Donaldson gets it to the corner. This is Johnson on the drive, guarded by Brakefield. Janai Broome, who made 2 threes against Vanderbilt, off the mark there. Johnson, rebounded, put back.
And that's something we're going to have to keep an eye on. Not easy to go to somebody else's gym in this kind of atmosphere and expect to knock down three-point shots. How can you win? Get on the offensive glass, stick back, get to the free throw line.
Murray. And Janai Broome grabs the loose ball. Almost 6 minutes in without a stoppage.
And that's when you get two high-level teams understand how to defend without fouling. Going wherever he's at immediately.
He's taking Little Rock, Texas Tech, and Texas to the NCAA tournament. And took Texas Tech to the national.
It's been a very clean game, like, tough, hard defense. Not a lot of cheap fouls. It's kept Auburn in it. Those 2 offensive rebounds resulted in 5 points.
Well, three-point shooting, Auburn 3 of its first 6 from behind the arc. Ole Miss 2 of its first 4. TJ Caldwell has come into the game for Ole Miss. He's got the ball and gives it away. Caldwell coming off a career-high 18 against Mississippi State. Also Brandon Murray from the elbow gets it to go. A little leaner there from 15 feet.
Well, he's still getting back into the rhythm. Obviously not starting as got eligible here just recently. So what he brings is an all-around game. He can put it on the floor, he shoot the three, he rebounds. Very strong player.
Baker Mazzara from the corner has that one rim out. Touched last though. So he's at his 3rd school and then ultimately was ruled immediately eligible. But it didn't happen immediately. He had to wait a while for it to happen.
Well, and that happened to a lot. It happened to Jalen Murray. Even Cisse had to sit out early in the season, was deemed eligible.
Shot clock at 5. Aiden Holloway has come in for Auburn. 3 from the corner, no. And it's Brandon Murray with the rebound. Murray kicks it off. Brandon Murray ball fake, extra pass. Juju Murray for 3, too strong, and a whistle underneath for basketball history. Jalen Williams transferred to Ole Miss.
Auburn last year, of course, a Hall of Fame career at Auburn.
There's a block inside by Baker Mazzara. Cardwell was there also. Auburn trying to get out in transition. Hadn't been able to do that a lot so far. Holloway fouled.
The struggles shooting the ball in conference play, right? And I think you just got to get adjusted to the speed and the physicality and all that. But
great start to the year. He had 19 against Baylor in the season opener. And he said, honestly, not as good as it should be right now. Burrell on the drive. Count the basket. Ball was coming off the glass.
In another instance, right? Auburn's defense is the real deal. They're so good. I think Coach Baird said, listen, we're going to try to get out in front of this defense before it can set up. If we get a good quick one, we're going to try to get that.
Jalen Williams with the hook, left hand.
Yeah, a little zone defense there by Ole Miss. And if Jalen Williams catches it right there, my man is so good. 10 feet and in with that little left-handed hook. You've got to get on him and not allow him to catch it like that.
He had 13 against Ole Miss in the first meeting of these two teams. That was 2 weeks ago. Morrell's got 7. Couldn't finish with the layup there at the rim.
I didn't know he was going to lay it in with the left, the right, or try to dunk it.
Williams thought about the 3. Here's Baker Mazzara from the corner, contested off the mark. Cardwell tips it out. KD Johnson got the 3.
It's the second 3 off of an offensive rebound. Great tip back by Dylan Cardwell.
Don't you wish you could know what KD Johnson was thinking? He hides his emotion so much. Plays with a huge smile on his face. 5-point game.
Going to make that ball move to the other side of the floor. It's been on the same side for a couple passes here for Ole Miss.
Shot clock under 5. Contested three is good for Brandon Murray.
You see what you get from him? I mean, he is just obviously a super athlete. He's got three-point range. Defends really well. Great pickup.
25 points in less than 10 minutes for Ole Miss. It took until the under 6 timeout in the first meeting for Ole Miss to score 20. Holloway off the screen, 3 ball, no. But another offensive rebound. Holloway again, this time got it. Big shot there for the freshman.
I mean, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but that's the third 3 off of an offensive rebound. And Aiden Holloway has got to shoot that because he knows he's got his offensive rebound guys there for him.
Murray was looking for a whistle, didn't get it. Auburn down 5 with the ball, 10 minutes to play in the first half. Auburn Tigers 5 of 12 from behind the arc in the early going of this ballgame. Shot clock down to 4. Baker Mazzara short. Murray had it. Morrell ends up with it. And Ole Miss trying to run. Breakfield. He's fouled. Knocked. Leor Berman has come into the game for the first time today for Auburn. Free throws good for Jamin Breakfield. His first 2 points of the game. Ole Miss has brought Austin Nunez into the game, the transfer from Arizona State. Dump it into the post, and Jalen Williams. He's had a couple of nice buckets down low.
Well, that's that action they had ran it previously of Jalen Williams. He's so big, and he catches it, come across that lane, and once he catches it there at that SEC logo, it's over. Game over. He's got that nice little left-handed hook. Just too big to prevent that.
Murray guarded by Donaldson, gives it to Cisse, who works inside against Broom. Got a little clear out. Cisse, not a block, but that shot was definitely altered that time by Broom.
Well, Broom, just great patience. Didn't reach in, just went straight up. So if you're going to score, big fella, you're going to have to go over me with the left hand.
On the offensive end, Janai Broom, no points yet. Jalen Williams for 3, short. And the rebound for Brandon Murray. Brandon Murray's playing time is continuing to go up. Here's Morrell. Williams with the rebound.
After a hot start, Ole Miss struggling to find a bucket.
Edward Jones trying to split defenders. He had it stripped. Murray gets it off to Morrell. Morrell gets by Jalen Williams for the transition 2.
You've got to be tight with the basketball, especially if you're going to try to split the defense. Ole Miss, great hands, average about 9 steals a game. If you expose it, they're going to get it, and they're going to run for an easy 2.
Morrell with the run-through steal. Morrell with the flush on the other end. As if this crowd needed anything else to be excited about.
All morning at shoot-around, Coach Beard had said, listen, we can't let Jalen Williams catch it easy like that. Stay in front of him. Morrell did it. Got the steal and dunk. And the SEC is competitive, so there's no bad losses when you look at any of these games.
Lob into Broom, but then a rejection by Cisse and a second one. 2 blocks by Musa Cisse on the same possession. Got mom and dad in the house today. They live in Katy, Texas. Glenn and Brandy Wakefield. Talked to Kyle's dad, Glenn, before the game. He's so proud of his son and so thankful for all of the positive attention that he's gotten this week. How about Breakfield with a triple?
I mean, I think you should give Kyle Wakefield that assist. I mean, there's no coincidence. that Brakefield made that three-point shot right where Kyle Wakefield just mopped it up.
12-point lead for Ole Miss, biggest of the game. 6:20 to play in the first half. Chaney Johnson on the drive.
In with their shoulder, but once you elevate that elbow, and it just gives the impression that you're pushing off with that elbow.
"7-0 run for Ole Miss as Jalen Murray brings it into the front court. Flanagan finds some space from the elbow, too strong, and Chaney Johnson comes.
Has been able to take advantage of the turnovers. It's just 4 turnovers for Auburn, right? That's not a lot. These two of our best assist-to-turnover ratio teams we have in the league. But Ole Miss has capitalized on all of those 4 turnovers.
Broom looking for help. Finally gets it away to Donaldson, who finds a lane and gets all the way to the rim with the left hand. It looked terrible, and then it looked great for Auburn.
The sea just parted for him. He took advantage of it.
TJ Caldwell, deep three, missed everything. And Flanagan.
In Caldwell, that's a set Auburn defense. Yes, it's one pass, but if you can get a little bit better one there, you should.
I think Steven Anderson said that Flanagan was actually standing on the end line when he tried to throw it back in.
Makes sense.
David Williams, a little loose with the basketball. He's able to save it. Third manager at Ole Miss, Kermit Davis, brought him in. Actually, some ties to Chris Beard, his brother Cole, who is now an assistant on Bob Marlin's staff in Louisiana.
That's nice.
Works for Chris Beard at Texas Tech.
Okay, that's great. Nice and warm in here, so he's going to have plenty of work today.
Flanagan lost it. Tipped away by Williams.
Ole Miss was getting a little bit more of open shots. I think they've got to go back to player movement, ball movement, this motion offense. You got to make sure the basketball goes from side to side because, as we talked about one of the top defenses in the country.
Shot clock winding down. Long three, maybe partially blocked. Murray came up way short. Auburn trying to go fast in transition. Denver Jones into the lane. Denver Jones lays it up. Denver Jones coming off a season-high 19 against Vanderbilt. He was first team All-Conference USA at FIU a year ago. Brakefield has it blocked.
From a 2-point field goal defensive team, holding their opponent to 42%. That's good for 3rd in the country.
Brakefield with a block. Cardwell, who we learned earlier today, is becoming enthralled with the game of golf.
He hits a 7-iron, 195 yards.
Whew. Three on the way, short. That's an offensive rebound, and that is it.
Has been key for them tonight. They average about 12 per game. And we talk about Ole Miss struggles at the bottom of the league.
Baker Mazzara on the drive. Cardwell trying to strip.
Defensive rebound, kick back for a 3-point shot.
That's right.
And that's a backbreaker, though, Richard. You know, I mean, because you think you do your job as a defense, and then the final thing is secure the defensive rebound. You don't do it.
Brakefield on the drive. Cardwell got the block. Cisse grabs the loose ball and slams it home. That was a big-time block by Cardwell.
Cardwell, verticality, goes straight up. No foul call, but Cisse not giving up on the play.
Donaldson feeds it to Cardwell down the left side. Couldn't finish with the left hand. Ball loose on the floor, and Ole Miss comes away with it. Flanagan got it to Murray. Murray pushing the break. Into the corner, Morrell for three. Got it! Second three of the game for Matthew Morrell. He's got 14 points.
Such a good job by Jalen Murray to get in the paint and find his shoot. Rise up and shoot over.
Ole Miss up 13 with 3:05 to play in this first half. It's the biggest lead of the half for the Rebels. Morrell guarded by Aiden Holloway there. Trying to feed it inside to Cisse, and Ole Miss turns it over. Just their second of the first half. Denver Jones straight to the rim. Count the basket. And there's your decision.
Exactly.
Jones finishes off the three-point play to get Auburn back within 10. Most important thing for Auburn in this last 2.5 minutes.
Well, I think
they try and get single digits.
Well, there's no doubt about it. Take care of the basketball. That's something they've done all season, struggling today.
Brandon Murray with 8 points. That's one off his season high. It's come all in the first half. It's his second 3.
But think about this. Auburn holds opponents to 21% from the three-point line. Ole Miss got back-to-back in the last 2 possessions.
Out to Williams. Good open shot, and Jalen Williams hits a big 3 for Auburn.
Yeah, we've seen him all throughout this season, the improvement. He gets it in the block, in the paint, could score there, and extended his range to the three-point line.
Both Auburn and Ole Miss with 6 made threes in the first half. Auburn 6 of 17, Ole Miss 6 of 11.
And these teams, they average about 7 made threes per game, so both good defensive teams, though, rim protection, that may be the only thing they'll be able to get.
Flanagan missed that one badly. Baker Mazzara grabs it. Holloway steps into a 3 in transition, overshot it. Another offensive rebound, Jalen Williams, but a steal. Murray ran through the passing lane and gets it to roll in.
There's quick hands, there's active hands, and then there's just slow, lazy bounce passes. And that one was unforced.
Bruce Pearl was trying to get a timeout. Officials didn't see it. They'll play out the possession with 10 on the shot clock, and that's a
job by Jalen Murray, not allow Alan Holloway to turn that corner.
Murray against Holloway. Size mismatch here. Murray working against Cardwell. Protect the ball. Good defense by Dylan Cardwell. Auburn down 12 with the ball. Got an 8-second difference. Shot clock and game clock. Jones from the corner with a 3. That gets it to single digits. Ole Miss trying to chase down the basketball. Had trouble getting it in. Clock down to 2. Murray for 3 at the buzzer. It's off the mark. In the first half, made 3 of his 6 field goals. Auburn turns it over 8 times in the first half. You see that's just 2.5 shy of their season average. What's Auburn got to do, not only to get back in this game, but find a way to get a win on the road?
Well, I think there's 12 for Auburn. They're always going to protect the rim. Excellent, excellent defensive team in Auburn.
First half. Makes the second, and that makes it an 8-point game. So you talked about turnovers, protecting the basketball. How much of it for Auburn, talking anatomy of a comeback, has to happen start on the defensive end?
Well, it does, and especially defending that three-point line. I think that's going to be key. And Auburn is excellent. Second in the SEC at defending that three-point line, only allowed 29%. And think about this. They're the second in the SEC in overall defensive field goal percentage at 35%.
Morrell short on the 3 with that miss. Ole Miss now 6 of 13 from behind the arc. Inside, Janai Broom.
Oh, my. Just grabbed the rim, fall to the floor.
Offensive rebound for Williams. Now Janai Broom with the offensive rebound and the putback. And a good start to this second half for Auburn. They've scored the first 5 and cut it to 4.
Yeah, but it's all been in the paint. So they've challenged Ole Miss at the three-point line, and then they've gotten into the paint and to the free throw line. Carroll's going to let him play it out. I love it. Not happy with the foul, but it's going to let him play it out.
Letting it guarded by Moore. Shot clock at 5. Murray. Auburn comes away with it.
And you don't see a big man defend the opposing team's lead guard out on the perimeter on the dribble as well as Janai Broome just did.
Flanagan steps in and knocks that one away. And then Ole Miss nearly gives it back. Morrell able to dig it out. And then Ole Miss turns it over.
Coach Pearl wants him to run here.
Jones, transition three, overshoots it. Rebels come away with it. As clean a start as we had to the game. A little sloppy to start the second half. Flanagan says, no, I got it. Finger roll for Allen Flanagan. Williams turned down that open straight on three. Gives it up to the corner. And Chris Moore with a triple.
Great extra pass. Chris Moore had his feet set. He was waiting for that extra swing to the corner. Great job by Jalen Williams, who had a good look at it.
That's just the third made three of the season for Chris Moore.
Well, it was a great pass on time on target. And his feet was set, shoulders square.
Brakefield with the mid-range to put Ole Miss back in front by 5. 7 points now for Jamin Brakefield.
Auburn's been active on the offensive glass. A lot of times, Cisse's out there blocking shots, so he's out of position. So somebody else in the Powder Blue is going to come over to help defensive rebound.
Donaldson gives it to Williams. That's a patient move inside by Jalen Williams to get a little space. And then he just explodes up for the dunk. Murray guarded tightly by Moore, trying to work off the screen from Cisse. Flanagan stops, pops from 10 feet. Broome with the rebound. 6 rebounds for Janai Broome. He's only got 2 points today, though. Trey Donaldson had it roll off. And then check in. Closest this game has been since 6-3. Brakefield fouled on the throw line. 90% in conference play.
Back hobbling a little bit, but he did run back, but you could just tell that he's being a little ginger on whatever it was that was bothering him. So they're going back there and checking it out.
Brakefield's made all 4 of his free throws today. Aiden Holloway has now come in for Auburn as well. So the 5 that started the second half are now all on the bench for Auburn. Not uncommon.
No, it's not. Not in the depth that Auburn has.
Cardwell kicks it out. KD Johnson. Cross-court pass from the corner. Chad Baker Mazzara with the triple. Auburn has cut it to 2.
The beauty of that is Baker Mazzara knew exactly where to go. If you want to get open shots, you've got to understand how to move to get to the open spaces and create an opening.
Great field, a little too strong. But a great move to get to the cup. It couldn't finish. Holloway for the tie. It's 50 apiece.
And another layup for Auburn, just living in the paint.
First time we've been tied since 0-0. A good block by Baker Mazzara. Building.
Thank God we have headphones on.
KD Johnson to try and give Auburn its first lead.
So you look at any kind of road recipe, right? It starts with valuing your possessions, turnovers. Auburn's clean that up in the second half. The second thing is high percentage shots. They've gotten layups, free throws, and open three-point shots. Richard, the key is open. As a matter of fact, 6 of 9 overall for this half. 2 for 3 from the three-point line. All good looks. 12 points in the paint for Auburn. That's how they got back into it.
Flanagan back into the game. They checked him out. Ankle's good to go. TJ Caldwell has not scored today, coming off an 18-point game for the Rebels in the win against Mississippi State. Flanagan, shot clock winding down, knocks out the 3.
Good defense by Auburn, but the value of Al Flanagan, the size he has, being able to rise up, shoot it over his defender.
Chaney Johnson working against Flanagan off the glass. Good move by Chaney Johnson.
It started where he caught it. He caught it right there on the block, got in the paint, basically underneath the basket. Good move and finish.
You want a completely useless stat?
Yes, I love him.
Ole Miss is 3 of 3 from behind the arc with less than 5 seconds.
Ole Miss has found it today.
In the first meeting against Auburn, Ole Miss was 4 of 17 from 3, so less than 25%. Today, the Rebels have hit 7 of 15. Auburn has made 9 three-point baskets. KD Johnson guarded by Morrell. Good dribbling, finds some space, and hits the 17-footer.
He lets everybody know about it, but that was a great attack, step back.
Johnson, there's a lob. Cisse with the finish. Off the assist from Brandon Murray.
Cisse does a good job of understanding his strengths. Stay around the basket on this defensive end and the offensive end. They'll find you.
Musa Cisse's got 8. That's one off his season high. Aiden Holloway guarded by Murray. Steps back. 3 on the way. Too strong. And it's Murray that runs down the rebound. Feeds it inside. Morrell turns around. Left it short from 6 feet. Baker Mazzara pulls down the board. Working against Brandon Murray, spins, left hand. How about the touch for Chad Baker Mazzara?
The touch and the presence of mind, the awareness, knowing Cisse is going to be there. I got to get it high up over that rim. Was able to do it just over the fingertips of Cisse.
Flanagan guarded by Cardwell. He gets some space with the crossover. Missed the jumper. Auburn in transition. Flanagan knocked it away. It's
decision makers at point guard. Aiden Holloway's, he's a great decision maker at the point guard position and could score. You know how well he facilitates, but he can put the ball in the hole as well.
Cisse and Cardwell. And Cisse gets it.
But he says right now, you know, he offensive rebound, stick back, catch alley-oops, gives him that post-up option. That's fantastic.
That foul on Alan Flanagan was his 3rd. And Musa Cisse dealing with the injury and the ineligibility at the same time, and they both kind of got better early in December. Jalen Williams with the hammer.
That's probably the guy you're going to want to identify on the half-court offense. Where is he? We watched shoot-around this morning. Coach Bear was like, listen, fellas, you got to stay in between him and the hoop. He moves so well without the ball, and they are looking for him. And he can finish with the best of them.
Leads Auburn with 14 points. There's a turnover by Ole Miss.
Both these schools have very difficult home atmospheres. It should be like that everywhere.
60-60. And a long way to go. KD Johnson lost the handle. Plenty of time. Johnson on the drive. Bumped by Flanagan. What a shot. KD Johnson, big second half. He's now got 9 points in the game.
Great patience right there, too. That floater is not an easy shot. But again, getting to the paint. Although difficult shot, Auburn able to get in that painted area.
Morrell. Williams with the rebound. Jalen Williams rebounding coast to coast. What was that you were saying about getting between him and the basket?
Now, Coach Bear's not going to be happy because there was just no resistance on the ball. You got to pick up the basketball, then get out to your shooters. Of course, protect your own basket, but got to stop that basketball.
Given the fact that Auburn is 9th in the NCAA's net rankings, it's a little hard to believe that the Tigers do not have a quad one.
And I think, yeah, we want to talk about quad one, and that's good. But it's the overall, and they've done certainly enough early on.
And a turnover there. Flanagan threw it right to Cardwell. Auburn has turned it up on the defensive end in this second half. They've outscored Ole Miss 29-16 en route to a 4-point lead after trailing by 9 at the half. Auburn has trailed by as much as 13 in the game. This is their biggest lead. Cardwell, shot clock at 5. Takes it out. Ball loose, and Ole Miss able to dig it out. Cisse ahead to Morrell. Flanagan. Long rebound tipped out to Ole Miss. Brakefield, ball fake.
Good jump shot, we know that. Just bait the defense with a nice ball fake. And they had him right there in the post up against Denver Jones.
Morrell from the corner.
Let's turn down to 2 and let's get a 3. Why not, Richard Cross? It's just math. Old school mathematics.
His third 3 of the game, 17 points, and that gets Ole Miss within 1. All the way off the screen. Lobs it in, and a faster. We're paying for it. But he's taking golf.
And listen, he fixed his, he used to have a shank to him, he said he fixed that, so he's learning.
Janai Broome on the drive.
Which also sees how he can put his head down and make a bucket, too.
Ole Miss fortunate. That ball, after the miss, bounced around a little bit. Just 4 points today for Janai Broome. He had 13 in the first meeting. Coming off his 9th double-double of the season. Step back 3. Jamin Brakefield with the triple. And we are tied at 66. Chris Beard encouraging the Ole Miss fans. Williams to Broome inside. Broome just wraps around. He went right around Rashad Marshall. 6 now for Broome.
Well, given the time and space, he's just going to pick you apart from anywhere on the court.
Marshall tried to do it on the other end of the... Eight minutes to play. And Brakefield called for the foul.
Games where we've seen Jay Will, and we saw it tonight, he'll catch it on the post, turn and score. You know, you got to respect that three-point shot, and of course, moving without the basketball, he's good at anyone with it.
Auburn has outscored Ole Miss by 13 in the second half. From down 9 to up 5. That math doesn't check out. They outscored Ole Miss by 14 in the second half.
There it is, brought it back.
Lob inside. Cisse with the jam. New season high for Moussa Cisse. He's got 12 points.
You can see that developing. And as soon as Janai Broome steps up, takes that guy coming off the screen, Cisse just explodes to the rim for the alley-oop.
Auburn has made 6 shots in a row. Jalen Williams trying to make it 7. He was looking for the foul, didn't get it. Ole Miss has made 3 in a row. Flanagan on the drive, the reverse. He did not get a whistle.
Number 3 in the country in 2-point percentage defense, so you've got to try to get some early offense if you can.
That was not on the shot. That was the 6th team foul on Auburn. Morrell guarded by Broome. Step back 3, hand in his face, left it short. Baker Mazzara grabs the loose ball.
Yeah, that's about as tough of a shot as you're going to take. A 3 fading away with Janai Broome in your face.
Donaldson gives it to Broome. Broome working against Cisse. Has to pass out of it. Jones from the corner. Got the 3. Denver Jones, big shot. He's up to 11 points.
6'10", 240, Janai Broome. Did you see the footwork? Did you see the accuracy on that pass on time, on target?
Flanagan fouled on the way.
Depend on me being right at this spot. I love Alan Flanagan's aggressiveness during these last few minutes.
Flanagan now has 17 against his former team. Both Flanagan and Morrell with 17 for Ole Miss. Jalen Williams currently on the bench for Auburn, leads the Tigers with 16.
Replay if they ever get stuck, not sure who it went off of.
Lob into Broom. He's bodied up against Brandon Murray. Goes right at him with the left hand, and he got the roll.
Yeah. Coach Pearl likes to have that out of bounds, under the basket, lob it right there in the middle. With Cisse around, it's difficult. Can't always do that if he's defending the basketball. To get it up over the top, we're able to do it there with Janai Broom.
Auburn scored 35 in the first half. They've already got 40 in this second half. Flanagan's pass batted away, and that's touched.
So I think that's important, too. Teams who are loose with the basketball, you just don't know if you're even going to get a shot off. Ole Miss is going to do that because they value the basketball.
One more number in terms of finishing. Auburn 17-1 with leading with 5 minutes to play in a game. Broom working against Cisse. Strong Janai Broom with the bucket.
There was 4 powder blue jerseys swiping at the basketball. Broom keeps it high. You see how he kept it high? Looked around, didn't have anybody finish it himself.
So Auburn up 8 with 5 to play. Murray gives it to Flanagan. Brandon Murray, points and 8 rebounds.
I guess he wouldn't be working overtime unless it was actually overtime.
He's been good.
He's been good. He's giving Morrell everything he's wanted.
Shot clock at 5. Morrell, hard drive. Broom defended it well. Ole Miss comes up empty, down 8 with 4.5 to play. Janai Broom lets it fly from deep. Janai Broom with the 3. Auburn by 11. Morrell bumped on the drive.
He can finish himself.
That was his 14th made 3 of the season. We asked Bruce Pearl about kind of feedback from scouts. The player has been being able to switch and guard smaller players, and we've seen that happen a few times tonight.
And he's done an excellent job. Coach Pearl said, we don't lose much with him and Cardwell defending the perimeter than our guards do. That's how well they move and how smart they are defending.
Ole Miss with an offensive rebound. Flanagan. Cut off in the lane. Shot clock at 5. Flanagan gathers. Has it blocked by Broom. Auburn in transition. Donaldson off the glass and walk. Count the basket. Excuse me, no foul there. 12-point lead for Auburn. Jalen Murray couldn't get it to go. Auburn starting to sense it. 3.5 to play. Up double digits.
And after making this a track meet by both teams, Coach Pearl says, slow it down. Slow it down. Clock's our friend this time of the game.
Auburn has outscored Ole Miss 47-26 in this second half. Janai Broom trying to do it again. This time too strong. Brandon Murray with the rebound. Wakefield thought about it. He's got some room. Guarded by Broom. Flanagan with the left hand. And Chris Beard takes a timeout.
Well, that Ole Miss South Carolina game, what's so special about that is, first year head coach Chris Beard here at Ole Miss. I mean, you knew he was going to work some magic, right? You just weren't sure about South Carolina picked at the bottom of the league, and what they're able to do this year is
Lamont Paris has done an incredible job in his second year in Columbia. Auburn content to work it deep into the shot clock. They feed it into Broom. He bobbles it, gets the handle, and Ole Miss comes away. So the Rebels get a stop. They're going to have those. They're going to have shots as well. Flanagan lost the handle. Feet went out from under him. Slipped on the floor. So an empty possession for Ole Miss. Down 10 with 2:15 to play.
Yeah, after that big-time defensive stop, I know Alan Flanagan's been the aggressor this second half, which has worked out times for Ole Miss. That time, obviously, just got a little out of control.
Auburn plus 19 in the second half. They were down 9 at the break. They lead it by 10. Baker Mazzara on the drive with the...
Any hesitation, that was not going to count. But again, just a combination of the catch and the attack and finish. Whew.
Morrell going to try a three. He's short. Murray with the rebound. Brakefield on the drive, and he gets the roll. Full court pressure for the Rebels. And a timeout
like Johni Broome has. It's just not going to happen. And
Johni Broome, by the way, was named one of 5 finalists for the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Award for the best center in the country earlier this week. There's a bump by 10 for both Chad Baker Mazzara and Trey Donaldson. Baker Mazzara at the line.
He can make shots for you. Runs. The ball is quick and up and down the floor as anybody in the SEC. That's Auburn, right? The waves that they come at you.
Brakefield on the drive, left it short. Broome grabs the rebound. 15 points and now 8 rebounds for Johni Broome. Talking about Baker Mazzara just a second ago. He's one of those guys that's seen a lot of the country. Started out at Duquesne, transferred to San Diego State, then Northwest Florida State Junior College, and finally at Auburn. Broome in the post, guarded by Morrell. Here's Baker Mazzara for 3. Got the 3, and that, if there was any remaining question, is the dagger for the Auburn Tigers. Up 15 inside a minute. Broome with
still effective. In Ole Miss, they haven't even scrapped in with these guys for, not even a year. So imagine where they're going to be another 6 weeks.
Musa Cisse, his best game of the season with 12 points today for Ole Miss.
If I said the ceiling is through the roof, that wouldn't make any sense.
You could say the ceiling is the roof.
I would say their potential is through the roof. Haven't hit their ceiling.
54 second half points, the most that Auburn has scored in a game this year. Katie Johnson with the extra make. There's the chin up, the extra shake of the rim, and
Johnson. It's
this season, Ole Miss basketball. Flanagan trying to add to his total. Broome with the rebound, and that is going to do it. The Auburn Tigers are going to go to 18-4 overall, 7-2 in the SEC, and they hand Ole Miss their first home loss. Auburn walked into a hornet's nest. They took a haymaker in the first half.